How are we doing, Facebook family? I'm coming at you with another live video for you to ask questions and get answers to anything related to websites, digital marketing. Throw it out there, SEO. So I give a little bit of background for those who don't know me but are watching. My name's Kevin Fairbanks. I own a digital marketing agency in Syracuse, New York called Rank Foundry, where we help businesses show up in Google where it matters. So the purpose of these sessions is to help you guys out during this difficult time of keeping your businesses open and operating. So if you have questions, just post them right in the comment section below, and we'll get them answered. I know one of the things that I want to highlight is the importance of Google My Business. For those of you who don't know what Google My Business is, I am going to show you. Let's share my screen. All right. So when people look for a business or a service locally, you'll get what's known as the map pack. And that's this section here that opens up with businesses. It is ideal if you offer local services that your business appears there. And the only way to really get listed there is by having an optimized Google My Business profile. So we're going to randomly click on a couple of them here so that let's take a look at their profiles. And if you happen to be the business owner of one of these profiles, throw it in the comments. I'd be happy to, review. Wow, everything's slowed down because all the streaming. So this one here is a perfect one to bring up very first thing. They haven't claimed it. Own This Business is on there because they haven't bothered to go in and claim their listing. So they haven't had business hours. They haven't added a website. The photos are from the Google car driving by, just kind of like taking a look at the residential neighborhood they're in. As a business owner, this is an opportunity for you to get some free advertising from Google. It's you want to claim these listings. You want to put this stuff in there. You want to be able to put in questions that people ask. You can put a description of your business. You can put all kinds of keywords in there for people to see it. Here's another one. No website, no business hours, photo of residential. Let's take a look at these guys. These guys actually have some reviews. They got 15 reviews, but the average rating is 3.9. They've at least claimed it. They've put their logo on it. They've added some hours. But again, they haven't uploaded any pictures. And, they've got a 1-star review on here. They did at least respond to it. That's a good thing. They're responding to reviews. They've added a description. They're not taking advantage of the Q&As. So Kurt asked, can you elaborate on claim the business? Absolutely. So on the ones we were looking at a minute ago, so I'll bring one back up. Let's see. I think it was Dominic's. So where it says own this business, that means somebody hasn't claimed the listing, or they claimed it at one time and haven't logged in. So Google then removes the listing from them, and it goes back out there. So it's opportunity for the business owner to go in there, click on own this business, and be able to grab ownership of that listing so that they can, promote their business for free and take advantage of it. I want to see if I can find a really good one. I may have to switch to a different search term. Here's another one that hasn't added information like their business hours. That's the default Google image from when the car drove by. I actually know the owner of this business, so I might be reaching out to him today and sharing this video with him. But, ideally, they want to have their website on there. They want to be able to have, there's a question and answer section. There's a description of the business. It's a shame that Charlie's got some of these 1-star reviews on there. He actually does really good work. He wired my parents' house. He's a friend of my father. But yeah, he doesn't even have a description of the business on there. So you know what? Let's switch over. Let's try roofers. Oh, roofing. You got to stop thinking like a marketer and start thinking like a searcher. It's the way people search. So looks like we had another question come in here. If you had a website that had a bunch of backlinks that go nowhere, does it hurt your rankings? So I'm not sure where you mean that go nowhere, Scott, but if they don't go to a page that exists anymore, what you'll want to do is just make sure you 301 redirect those broken links to your home page. If the website that is linking to you, so that's creating the backlink, has decent trust and authority that it's passing on to you, you're going to want to keep it. If it doesn't, just let it die off. If it's something very spammy, you can go in and disavow the links, telling Google that you don't want any trust or authority from it. You didn't authorize that link. If you're talking about broken links on your site going out to other sites, absolutely that will impact you. Those come down into technical issues, and you'll want to clean those up so that it doesn't look like your website's just falling apart, not being maintained. So, all right. So I searched for roofing. Let's take a look at some of these profiles. So here's one that at least added another picture. I would add a bunch of pictures in there. They say they're open 24 hours. So they probably have like an answering service that answers the phone around the clock. So, 8 reviews. If they've been in business any time length, I would have to think that they'd have a lot more reviews than that. That's something that business needs to go and, reach out to those past clients and try to get some reviews put on there. One of the other things I see is they're not responding to the reviews. Google will reward you for being active on your business profile and being able to, show that you're engaging with your customers. And one of the ways you can do that is by responding to the reviews. And I tell all of my clients, you want to respond to every single review, whether it's positive or negative. What I ask them to do on the negative ones is walk away from the computer, clear your head, get your thoughts, then come back and respond to it. That person may be royally ticked off for whatever reason that they left you a 1-star, and you may never win them back. But how you respond to that is how you're going to win back the next 10, 20, 30 people who are looking at those reviews. So it's always good to respond back to them. When there's a problem and it's your fault, own up to it. Try to make it right. So, it'll pull in social media profiles if it finds them. It'll show you other people that it's searching for. So let's take a look at this one here. So this one's added some additional pictures. but I'm trying to did that looked like they were out on ice, but they're actually must be up on a roof. Let's open up the picture. I was beginning to think maybe they're out ice fishing. But after looking at that roof, I think this is kind of the same area. Yeah, they're up working on a roof. So, so that might not be the best pictures to represent them as the default picture. They might want to, put something more with the roofing product on it, versus, having this picture that when you're looking at it on a smaller scale going through, it looks like they're out ice fishing. I'm going to change up my location here. We're going to search for somebody I know who's watching and see if we can't give them some pointers live. Uh-oh, that's not a good thing. I'm not even seeing them come up. There they are. So we're going to analyze this one for Antonio, who is watching us. So let's take a look. So right away, I love the request a quote. They're taking advantage of some of the additional features that Google is offering. They have. I'll get to you, Elijah. I see your comment, so everybody else can see it. So Antonio's got 30 reviews, average of 5 stars. That's awesome. They're listed in the right category. They're roofing contractors. Address, hours are here, phone number. Definitely would change up the pictures. It's great you got your logo in there. I'd get some, pictures of the work you've done, and let those be the highlighted photos. You can also go in there and set what your logo is. And running this streaming software, it slows down my computer big time. So it looks like right now you have it set to some other picture. So you can actually set that as your logo, and that's what would appear there. So you're responding to reviews, but only it looks like that one. You skipped a couple. That one skipped. So I definitely be consistent in responding to the reviews. I would expand on your description. This is an ideal area for you to be able to highlight some of your services, some of the keywords people will be searching for. Google gives you a space to be able to describe your business, and you can take advantage of that. That's how you'll show up. One of the other areas would be I'd get the questions and answers section. You can populate questions in there along with answers. So think about some of the common things people are calling and asking your business about, and be able to pre-fill those in, almost like a frequently asked questions, but on the Google My Business profile. So, those are some of the areas that I would fix on that. So we are going to see if I can bring him up like this. Versus pulling it up directly by name. Morning, Mr. Roberts. How's Zoe doing? All right. So, Elijah, I can tell you already that we got to do some work on the keywords that you're coming up for. because you're searching roofing with Baldwinsville, you're not coming up. Let's try just Steve, both. You know, I was originally referring to the dog, and then after I said it, I actually thought about, oh, wait a minute, which way is he going to respond to that? So let me pull up. Here's a great question. Do you think the coronavirus pandemic will impact the economy? Abso-freaking-lutely. So, my personal feelings are that we will see a huge dip only to bring us back out stronger. I think it's an area that uh, we need to focus on, bring some manufacturing back here to the States, bring some jobs back here. We're already seeing families um, get closer, get bonded together. You're seeing people post about family game nights, people sitting around the dinner table again. They're putting the phones away, they're spending time with one another. So I think this is kind of like a reset that was necessary to happen for us to get there. Thanks, Steve, for your comments. Um, love helping it out. It's always nice to get somebody who I look up to as kind of a mentor, somebody who I try to, follow in their footsteps. For those of you that don't know, Steve is the owner of Zoe Advertising here in Syracuse, New York. Steve has been in the advertising industry, the marketing business, for a little bit longer than I have. And he's done a really great job. He had a agency prior to Zoe Advertising that he was able to sell off, and then open up Zoe, and it's definitely rewarding to get that kind of feedback. So I want to get back to Elijah and his Google My Business profile. So right away, you got your name in here. You've got your logo in there. You've got your website linked. 24 reviews, average of 4.8. That's good. You got the request a quote on there. Your hours are there. So again, I take advantage of the questions and answers section on there. So you've got photos up there. It's just great that the top photo is a roof. You got your plowing in there. You can see the lawns, and I know that you do like sidewalk cleanings. And so let's take a look. You got quite a few photos. So this is nice to see, all of your different services, what you can offer. Don't be afraid to, edit an image and kind of, put some text on it as well. Don't massively cover the image with text, but if, put a small little caption down there somewhere of the services you're offering, because Google will read that text in and it will help. So let's take a look at your reviews. You're responding back to everyone. I think you and I talked about that before on the phone. You got a really good description. You've got love the end of it. Go Orange. That brings back that local feel that allows people to, bond with you a little bit. So you got your Facebook profile on there. Definitely I take advantage of the post feature. The post feature allows you to throw up like a quick helpful hint, a promotion that'll stay up for about 7 days, and you can pre-schedule those out. So you could sit down and put a bunch up to go out. It's almost like a Facebook post or post on LinkedIn. they stay up there and people will see them when they're searching. They'll show up right in here. Um, it's pulling in your web results, your Facebook page, your website, your BBB profile. So yeah, you're definitely, off to a good start with that. I know you and I talked before about you're going to go through a rebranding. When you're ready to do that, reach out to me. Happy to help you get everything pointed in the same directions. I'd almost keep this same profile instead of creating a second one for the new branding and just rename it. Because you've got those reviews established, you've got the credibility. As long as your phone number is going to be the same, if it's going to change, we can update it. Same thing with your address. But absolutely, you've got some good stuff there, Elijah. So bringing it back over here to just me. So what other questions do you guys have? So we got 13 people watching. We've been going for about 21 minutes now. That is the plan. Absolutely. So, happy to get on another call when you're ready to do it and kind of walk you through suggestions, best practices, all of that. I know we've talked about it. Just got to figure out how to get listed. Easy. Call me. We got you. We'll get you there. So, good morning, Katie. So for those of you that don't know, the best Mexican restaurant in Central New York is a brand by Katie and her husband and a pair of partners. It's right here in North Syracuse. Get out there and get you some. Camino Real. Matter of fact, I'm such a dedicated customer of there. I've got my own menu. So got this because we're going to help her digitize this so she can advertise it on Facebook and, get people coming in. So, but they're right on Route 11 in North Syracuse. You can't miss it. Chad, I do see you posting about wanting a specific answer to a post in a private group. I am not going to answer that here. Happy to have a conversation with you offline on that. Primarily because this is a public feed and you're asking something that's related to a private group that is for members only. So you're welcome, Katie. All right, let's see. Katie, let's talk about why. Because you got a lot of value on that Facebook page with reviews and people who are following it. Chad, I see your comment. Shoot me a private message on Facebook, and we'll get together right after this. I'll set up a Zoom call, and you and I can hop on it and go over the details. So, Katie, I want to go back to your Facebook profile. And pull it up on my other screen here. So to give everybody else a little bit of a background, there was an additional owner that was part of Camino Real, and they left the business and are holding certain things hostage. Sorry, Katie, I hope you don't mind me sharing those details. They're refusing to release the original domain name. It took a while for us to get access to quite a few of their profiles due to some of this, but this is established, and let me share the screen again. That is not the way I want it. There we go. So the reason I would say not to get rid of this is the fact that you've got 126 reviews on here. You've got people following it. There's a lot of value to that. You've got almost 1,135 people have liked it. 1,158 people follow you. There are things that we can do to prevent him from getting access to it. You got 1,294 check-ins. It's I don't want to go into too much. I'm happy to sit and talk with you, Katie, and we can go through some of the details on it, and we can look at ways that we can prevent him from ever gaining access to it. And we can make sure he's removed from it. But I agree with you that, we've got to change that situation, because he likes to just keep getting involved in things. So it's definitely, I already see a couple of things that we can get him removed from on there, because I did see his name pop up. I see his other business pop up. So yeah, absolutely, Katie. Happy to chat with you later today, or even, hop on a phone call. If you're not able to on Messenger. I don't know if you're working today or not. So what else can I answer for people this morning? And by the way, I plan on doing this each day for probably about 30 minutes. So I'm going to try and set a topic ahead of time for the day. And doesn't mean that if you got a question that's not relevant to that topic that we can't talk about it. It's a Q&A session. This is time for you to get your questions answered. So, and for those of you that were wondering, Katie is there all day. So hit up Camino Real. They do deliver through DoorDash. They are open for takeouts. So you won't be disappointed, trust me. All right. Well, we've been going at it for almost 28 minutes now, and I'm not seeing any other additional questions coming in. So if those of you who want to get in touch with me, you can either reach out to me on Facebook, or you can call me at my office, 315-675-1450. Hit up our website that is up here on the video, and happy to talk with anybody and give recommendations to how to market your business and navigate through these interesting times that we're living in. Not only for right now, but going forward. Even after we're out of all of this craziness, how can you continue to keep your business going and making sure that you're making money throughout all of this crazy time, and continue to be online. I apologize. I'm like getting things popping up in every which direction over here. Bunch of Facebook messages all just came in. It's crazy, So hopefully you guys found value in this. If you did, please like the post if you're out watching this live on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, because we are streaming to both, please subscribe to our channel. Click that little bell so you get notified when we go live with other videos. We're going to be putting out a bunch of series on tips and tricks on how to promote your business. If you're not already a part of our Facebook group with our digital marketing tips that we put out each week, please ask to join that. Look at my profile on Facebook. You'll find a link to it. You can go to digitalmarketingquicktips.com. It'll take you right to the Facebook group. Go ahead and join us, and I'm happy to share the knowledge that I've built over the last 30 years in marketing, business, entrepreneurship, all that fun jazz, and be able to help you grow your business. Looks like we had a question just pop in there. What's the difference between a GMB that has a claim this business compared not having it? Easy, Kurt. It's whether or not they've claimed it. If it doesn't have claim this business, somebody's already claimed ownership to that GMB. So that's the difference. If it says claim this business, they may have claimed it at one time, but for some reason, either they haven't logged into their account in a while, or Google has taken the ownership away from them. Doesn't mean that they did anything wrong. It just means that their algorithm said that that person's no longer associated with it. So, alrighty. And with that, I am going to end this session. If you guys need anything else, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for joining us for this live session. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow.